Matt, Renee, spend any time here at the Washington-Jefferson Bridge and you're likely to discover someone who's on drugs or previously was on drugs. Eugene police say it's a hot spot for addicts, and it's also a daily struggle keeping criminals off the street. The Willamette Valley draws people in. Its majestic views from the coast to the Cascades. But sadly, like many cities across the U.S. right now, it's no stranger to drug problems, specifically meth and heroin. What are you on right now?
I'm on heroin.
Within moments of our cameras hitting the streets of Eugene under Jefferson Bridge, 31-year-old Everett Hallback admitted to us he's addicted to both.
You know, being homeless, and there's a lot of depression and stuff that comes along with it, but when you're on heroin, it's like everything's all good, like euphoric.
It's that high that healthcare professionals say is plaguing communities and tearing families apart. We decided to get a first-hand look at what it's like for officers trying to combat the drug epidemic. Our cameras rode along with Eugene and Springfield police on 2 separate nights. Eugene police officer Jesse Smith says people can find drugs easily, and almost every incident they respond to involves them. On this particular night, a call came in for an attempted robbery at knife point. This crime tied to a number of other robberies.
And a lot of that property crime is committed to, buy drugs, stolen cell phones and breaking into cars, doing that kind of stuff. You're stealing cheap things that you can quickly turn into money, and just like these robberies tonight probably.
Smith says some nights there's no arrests, others much busier.
1/10 of a gram or, a half of a gram. And then methamphetamine, it's not uncommon for us to get maybe an ounce or two of methamphetamine.
We pulled reports, and there's a staggering increase in drug-related arrests from 2015 to 2016 in Eugene, increasing by 33% in meth-related charges and 40% in heroin. We pulled reports, and during a 20-day span, Eugene and Springfield police arrested 111 people on possession charges of meth, heroin, or both. That's about 5 people a day. Now, according to a 2015 DEA report, 63% of officers indicated that meth posed the greatest threat in the area, contributing to some of the most violent crimes.
Someone having some sort of reaction to some drug they've taken and having some sort of out-of-body experience where they, kill someone where it wasn't really their intent to kill them. They just were having a bad dream, drug-related dream.
He says he's been patrolling the streets for more than 7 years and says things are not improving.
For heroin, a lot of times we get to go to a lot of the overdoses, where people are nodded off or have been dead for quite a while or almost dead, and we see that at least a couple times a week.
And deaths are on the rise. According to the DEA, there were 202 deaths related to meth in 2015. That's more than 4 times the number of deaths from 2001. 107 related to heroin. In Springfield, criminal arrests involving heroin spiked 67% from 2015 to 2016. Meth rose 9% during that same time, with more than triple the amount of heroin arrests.
105 eastbound.
In Springfield, police officer Joe Burke took us near a known drug house.
I'm just kind of passing through a couple of houses that I know are good for activity.
It didn't take long for him to stop someone on probable cause.
What's up, man? How are you?
A quick record check brought up a warrant for his arrest, including one for possession of meth.
Relax your hands. When was the last time you used meth?
In the last 24 hours.
Officer Burke says he's clean, but a closer look could lead to a drug bust.
He said he lives at a known drug house. They'll just add this to the list of stuff that could potentially be used to shut that house down and to get that drug house out of that neighborhood.
In a 2016 report, the DEA says law enforcement agencies all across Oregon reported that meth was easy to find. Another third reported an increase on the streets. Nearly 1/3 say heroin is the principal threat.
They're definitely not getting charged with possession of meth or possession of heroin just because it's coursing through their blood.
Burke says each arrest has the potential of being the last one for an addict looking for a reason to clean up. He says it also helps prevent future crimes. Methamphetamine, heroin, and cocaine are among the many drugs officers are battling on an everyday basis. And they're getting them off the streets and burning these items to make sure they don't fall into the wrong hands. But it's an uphill battle for police.
No, I'm not working, but once you've been doing this long enough, it's like you always got somebody willing to get you high somewhere.
Hallback says he's been on drugs for more than 17 years.
No, they're all scars from drug use. injecting.
Do you have a spot that you inject the most?
Probably right now it changes, but right now probably around here or here.
And he knows the true cost of drugs. He told us he recently lost his girlfriend who used heroin.
She shot up and got an infection, and it got too bad, and then see, I know she was dead.
That's when he knew he was ready to get clean.
When you sober up, you realize that you got people that care about you and what it's doing to them.
Yet moments later, a change of heart.
You're on heroin right now. How long is this going to last?
Probably a couple more hours, a few more hours.
Then what are you going to do?
Go find someone else to get me high.
A revolving door for many who are homeless and only know this lifestyle.
Part about sobering up is probably being stuck in this area, and when all that you know is this, all your friends, everything you know is, surrounded by meth and heroin.
He says his addiction isn't a choice anymore.
It's like a disease. It's almost like it's out of your control.
You can't just quit. I've had it. It's like something's holding on to you. You're not yourself, and you don't think about nothing. You don't care who's leaving you. You don't care that you're homeless. You don't care that you're dirty. You don't care that you have nothing your family won't talk to. You don't care. You might care, but you care about the drug more. And that's why it's a disease. It's not just a choice.
Devin McAlexander's been clean for 2.5 years now. For 18 years, he was addicted to meth and later heroin. He's now a peer specialist at the Rapid Access Center. He says as a former drug addict, he knows he can't help someone until they're ready. And when they are, he'll be there, like someone was there for him.
Come down and get help. There's help right around the corner.
A path Hallback says seems too far, but he has hope for others.
Do you regret ever trying them?
Yeah, it ruined my life.
Words those like Burke and Smith hope more will live by.
Now, last year, the HIV Alliance here in Eugene introduced naloxone, and so far it's been able to reverse 5 opiate overdoses. Live in Eugene, Adeline Guajardo, KZI 9 News.